is Dr. LaVerne Adams. I want to talk to you about how to deal with negative people. It's just something we have to learn how to do. There are negative people in the world, and unfortunately, they may be negative, but for a lot of reasons that we're not aware of. So the best thing that we can do is learn how to deal with them. And one of the ways to learn how to deal with negative people is to respond to them in a positive way. And that's something that they may not be prepared for, but if you are ready for that, if you're a positive person and you want them to be positive, it never ceases to amaze me that when I respond positively to a negative person, they seem to kind of turn around a little bit. So I want to encourage that you learn some positive responses. For example, somebody might say, it's just nasty out, the weather, and it's just like a mist. And, it's not even bad, but people see that, it's not just because it's a little cloudy or might be a mist. People say and it's a little chilly. They'll say it's nasty out. And, I'll respond with something like, well, thank God that it's not snowing. I mean, come on, it could be worse, right? And they'll say something like, yeah, you're right. And that kind of helps people to kind of pull it in a little bit and realize that it's not as bad as they might think. And then you have not only helped them, but you help yourself, because you could have certainly jumped into that conversation like, yeah, it's awful. And then we would have gone down a rabbit hole and a trail, into a negative, dimension that is so unnecessary. And that we have a tendency to do that, like they say, misery loves company. So if you want to stay positive, you can help other people stay positive by responding positively. And then the other thing is, don't rehash the situation. So you may have experienced something negative, and the ultimate thing that you really want to do is to resolve the situation. So to rehash it over and over with a person is not helpful. You want to try to reach a solution as soon as possible. And one of the things that you can do that is to let them know that I would like to resolve this. And once you resolve it, don't go back to it again. And be careful that you don't go back to others with it again once it's resolved. Sometimes you might need to go to someone to get help and to get a sanity check. But try to stay out of that danger zone, because you want to be able to move on. And that's why people feel stuck, because they can't seem to move on, because they're stuck on that same thing, rehashing it over and over again. And you know what? I try to give people the very same thing that I would like to have myself, and that's a second chance. And sometimes I give a third and a fourth. That's me. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just saying, I just want for myself what I want to give others what I want for myself. So you want to respond positively and don't rehash the situation. But the last thing I want to say, when you're dealing with a negative person, is that feel free to express your own feelings. Sometimes when you're dealing with negative people, they want you to gravitate to their opinion and their side. And one thing I found is that I've learned to have my own opinion in a way that is unique to me, and that allows other people to have their opinions as well. And so I stay self-defined and non-anxious, and I work on not getting into somebody else's stuff, because this is hard work, people. This is hard work to really stay in a sweet spot of a spiritual place that you can live a life that you love. And I don't want anybody to interfere with that. So I surround myself with like-minded people, and think positive thoughts and do positive things, and put out positive energy to keep the negative people away and the negative things away. And it is work, but it's worthwhile work, and I love it. And I hope this has been helpful to you. And this was your Transformational Tidbit, and there are more at drlaverneadams.com/blog. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again real soon.